Welcome to the Hermitcraft Recap, a sovereign micronation under its own jurisdiction. My name is PixelRiffs, our writer is LoyXP. Captions on this video were provided by Liara, and we feel the need to restate our independence from the Hermitcraft server because this week the king has hit the fan. After BOO suggested to Rendog that he become the de facto ruler of the Hermitcraft server, mostly because they saw eye to eye on road designs, Ren raised a big enough stink on Twitter that the hermits got together for a meeting in his royal apartment, whereupon he logged out as a dog and logged back in as a king.
I don't know if I can carry on this server like this.
You're carrying on now.
No, I'm not. I'm done.
I bet it'll freak him out if we're all disappeared when he gets back. I can throw an invisibility potion.
And it would have been a genius prank too, if only I was smart enough to actually notice it was a prank.
Even though this kind of theatrical power move could have broken bad quite quickly, the hermits took a vote on it and agreed Ren's the guy for the job. Good Times with Scar was the only one who spoke out against it, and probably just for an opportunity to be dunked through the royal basketball hoop.
Oh, wow.
Get rid of him! Get rid of him!
So there's a king, but instead of by divine right, the power is bestowed by some double guy 100, and they still vote on the entire thing.
You don't vote for kings?
Leave it to Hermitcraft to take a government structure from absolute monarchy to an absolute mess. Ren's first act as king is to make everyone less rich. In an attempt to restore the diamond-saturated economy to something less inflated, he encourages all the hermits to throw everything except for one stack of diamonds into a collection pit, and initiates a quest board which will allow the hermits to reclaim some of their diamonds for completing tasks in the name of the king. Although something tells me the most lucrative quest is going to be breaking into the royal vault. So without further ado, let's take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on His Majesty King Rendog's Hermitcraft server this week. Starting with a vault you won't want to break into because it's just for aesthetics, XP Crafted continues working on his surface town by building a series of safe deposit boxes and a vault door facade for the local branch of the bank. And because it's a dummy vault, it makes sense that a dummy turns up to raid it.
This person is not someone you would want to be associated with. Yeah. I mean, come on.
On a nearby hill, XB sets up another familiar monument, two enormous villager statues, although this time they're holding a kind of sedan chair frame between them with enormous copper chains dangling from below. He has yet to build whatever they're attached to, but XB seems pretty attached to them already.
This is as far as I've got. I don't know what's happening after this. That looks sick. Oh, I love it.
He also sneaks his way through Vintage Beef's portal to claim the blast furnace map Beef was building for him and is happy to hand over an IOU eventually.
Let's see here. Put your name.
Wow. Somebody's just so particular about things.
Yeah, I'm going to drain you of all your levels until you finally get it right.
When he's not wrangling the fine paperwork out of XB, Beef is stepping up the work on his map art project, aiming to get 2 Hermits cards done per episode. He's turned Etho's on-camera roles into the game's first ultra-rare card, and plans to get Gemini Tay and Grian done next, because False turns up to roll her stats, and for those of you who hadn't noticed already, he's going in alphabetical order.
Actually, you're saving me some time. I won't have to rebuild your health values there at the time. So
it's already on there, yep.
Appreciate that.
False Symmetry's own work is focused in the industrial part of her mountain, or rather the steampunk part if the way the factory architecture is unfolding is anything to go by. As with any Steam thing, it helps to put a lid on it, and so False puts a roof over the brick and brass. The lamp towers on top is how you find it at night.
Something bad happened. No! You're all leaving the nests. Please don't leave the nest. No, go back in.
Sure, honey farms are a dime a dozen, but good luck trying to find frost-resistant flowers. Well, there's actually an advantage to the bluish beauty, as Hypnotized finds out, having built a seed farm on the exact spot cornflowers grow. Him saving an entire fortune on Lapis, it explains why all the firework rockets in Cubfan's Total Chaos are blue. And yes, the Total Chaos minigame now shoots fireworks out of every wall. Cubfan has spent entirely too many dispensers and compact randomizer contraptions making darn sure of it. That, plus arrows raining out of the whole perimeter, really shows how Cub's machine is gunning for the title of Torment Nexus. Well, it's also gunning for any participants.
Oh, I think this is it. No, okay, those stopped.
Oh,
I went off with a
there he
bang.
goes. Okay, yeah, that was good. That's what I was hoping for.
Worst of all, the 4-module creeper-only mob farm Cubfan made ensures that it will never run out of ammunition. Really, it's filling the fireworks in that's a bigger problem. Better rebind that right-click button, this is too many inventories for a mouse to handle. Joe Hills' pinball machine promises to be a friendlier experience, especially now that he can video edit his own face into it.
So let's go ahead and show some footage that I actually filmed with the Total Nuclear Annihilation pinball machine I'm renting. I'm excited that this project is going to really stretch my brain creatively from an engineering standpoint, from an artistic standpoint.
Having already done the drive-in movie theater thing back in Season 5, Joe built a display into the frame of his giant pinball machine so he can play footage of a real-life pinball machine. Pinception, if you will. When he's not initiating shenanigans at the king's expense, but is actually fine with a monarchy that doesn't claim the backing of the heavens, Joe's trading his spare live shulker to Ijevin and helping Azuma dig out the stone from inside of his ribcage. Correction, his base's ribcage. They're not operating on Azuma Void live on stream. And while they aren't, let's see what our favourite Cubone cosplayer has been up to. Well, for one, he just took the summer wear off the skeleton base, since the shades and headphones just looked silly on a thing with neither ears nor eyes. For two, he's been doing deeds so convoluted I'm openly letting you guys correct us in case we got anything wrong here. Azuma is building an automated bulk storage system, separate from the one in his base, but also in the nether, because the farms in the spot he has all the farms in are by now making so many things the hoppers can't keep up. And no, the farms aren't in the nether, but that's where the storage is, so that he can send stuff into a centralized spot more easily. The trouble with that is that water can't exist in the nether, so if you want to spread more things than a human can own over more hoppers than a server can handle, you need to slide it over the ice track in a circle like a really cool bartender in a cowboy movie.
Kind of looks like the timing is off here, so I might make some changes. It shoots too early, so we need some more repeaters, but otherwise... Oh, wait a minute, that one was okay though.
Iskal, on the other hand, does the opposite. His main task this week is setting up a piglin bartering farm, but he would rather use water streams for his storage systems. After a few teething problems with the farm, including being murdered by one of the employees...
Now, I've had a look at Wikipedia for the things that Bart can give me, and there are quite a few things to sell among those things, including obsidian. Oh!
He sets up a steady supply of gold, and the items are all sent to the overworld through a widescreen nether portal to be collected in a more organized fashion later.
Yes! Look at that! It works! I mean, it's a giant mess, don't get me wrong.
And then there's Doc M, to whom the laws of physics no longer apply, and these days only uses nether portals to chunk-load his latest works of evil genius. After showing off the 3 firing modes for his charged creeper cannon, which includes one where he doesn't need to be on the server...
And autoloader. Boom. First creeper launched. Okay, I can see already on the camera count. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's 3. This is absolutely insane. 4. And observe our results. One already wandered in, most likely. Oh boy.
Doc invites Rendog over to help him send a redstone signal wirelessly over 3,000 blocks. We'll leave it to Doc to explain how this is possible, and where to go if you want to learn more, but the punchline is that this system can be used to prime an arrow with an hour's worth of explosive force, and fire it back over that 3,000 block distance with enough firepower to obliterate an iron golem or a player wearing fully enchanted netherite armor. At last, someone has invented the undressing gun.
Fingers crossed. Short delay. Say cheese.
And it seems like King Rendog's next royal decree will be to outlaw the use of overkill. After loading a skeleton into his Everjail, BOO returns home expecting to find the king in his penthouse. What he actually finds is a ninja in his basement, because Etho has returned to the server and has apparently set up shop behind the nearest redstone door he could find.
Hello?
P-Dubs?
What? I had no idea this was back here.
It's been here all, well, for a day or so.
For a day or so?
Before we talk about the journey he took to get here, it's worth reminding you that BOO is the one who suggested they make Ren king, and seems to be acting as his right-hand man in matters of state, at least if you want somebody with a little poetic ability.
No, at the end of the finish, you oil it and you make it look beautiful, and that oil is nice and smooth. But before you... Shut up! I'm trying. This is a good analogy.
Speaking of, it took the poetic ability of an entire fanbase, but Tango Tech's fortress over the Decked Out finally has a forever name. The name chosen is Deep Frost Citadel, though a more descriptive title would probably be Pointy Building. The architecture of the piece is already going pretty hard on the Gothic button, and Tango now adds even more horned towers over the entrance, helps the place look even more evil, and also wards off pigeons from landing.
vastly underestimated the amount of work necessary. It took me forever to build just these 2 towers. But on the other hand, I kind of like them, and it's just kind of nice the way the tower always watches you no matter where you go.
And finally, there's Etho, who is aware that he's 4 months late to the party, but still wants to get some of the early game stuff done in a legit way, rather than take handouts from the other hermits. In fact, the one favor he asks Tango for is to exile him to the outer reaches of the server, so he can earn his way back to spawn.
Exile. I need you to make a portal in the nether. Send me through. I need to go somewhere that's not been picked over by
somewhere where
all the hermits,
towers,
you know?
Towers of diamond blocks. Yeah, exactly.
I need a fresh area.
Interesting.
Whereupon the nether portal yeets him into caves on the first 2 attempts, and it turns out he was below the ocean the whole time.
Yep. Oh, snappers. The very first thing we see, everybody. It doesn't get much easier than this.
Being Etho, he takes this watery start as an opportunity to get a trident from the first drowned he sees, and challenges himself to either beat a pillager raid or get back to spawn via the end somehow. And despite the village he chose being inconvenient for raid spawns, he finally returns to the central hub as the hero of the village, then crashes on B-Dubs' couch until he can find somewhere to call his own. And that's about it for this week's recap. Our writer is LoyXP, and my name is Pixel Riffs. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here, and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.